Yes, we are here to do your July 2024 tarot readings. I'm MJ. I'm the founder of All to Love. I'm a longtime yoga teacher, a meditation teacher, and in the last 5 years or so, I've been reading tarot for people. I'm an intuitive tarot reader. I use tarot to channel messages. So the way I pull, lay the cards, and interpret the cards is all very intuitive. So of course, only book a reading if you're resonating with the way I channel messages and the vibratories. My intention really with All to Love and the work I do is to make the world a better place, feel better. And the T-Mill store, I collaborate with T-Mill to offer you guys some merchandise, which is just more love, rainbows. Of course, we all know that the deeper spiritual work and alchemy of the heart is emotionally incredibly intense. And yet here we are. It's really, to me, the way to navigate through the tunnel of our perceptive awareness, and to broaden that scope and hopefully elevate our humanity here and live in greater harmony with the planet herself, hence love. And I really feel that increasingly, everything that's not love is just being exposed and purged. And I see it in the way our personal lives, we're empowering ourselves, and then the kind of the global paradigm, in a sense, being that same detached separation worldview and oppressive tactics, a divide and conquer. So anywho, Aquarius, whoop, that card's been coming through so much lately. Some of you guys are headed in toward a new beginning, and intuitively you could be sussing that out. Central energy, high priestess, so you're feeling super dupes intuitive. I am getting a sense, and this is an Aquarian quality, but that you're feeling maybe a little bit detached right now, or you're dreaming of a Ten of Pentacles. So divine guidance and loving clarity. What are the messages for Aquarius? And or the people that stumble upon this video that these messages are meant for you? What are the messages? There's in Aquarian energy, a lot of major arcana. I'm getting I'm getting kind of like goosebump vibratory. I feel like this is some pretty significant wish fulfillment here, Aquarius, because the high priestess is like, you're really tuned in. And I and I'm like, oh, you're dreaming up a Ten of Pentacles. You're dreaming or visualizing and or sensing and feeling a huge shift in your physical reality. The Ten of Pentacles with the Star card, I feel is like a major wish fulfillment. It's like finding your people, finding your tribe, and winning the lottery. There's like a big reward here coming in for you. But blessed by the stars, maybe connected to the stars. For some of you, it could be even like a benefactor or somebody coming in to invest in you, put money into you. The Star card to me with that Ten of Pentacles is just a supreme wish fulfillment, like you stepping into, walking into, and or seeding the intention to fulfill something that you're dreaming of, something that you really, really, really desire. Wow. Wow. Best reading, really, so far, I would say. Ace of Cups. New love, new beginning, feeling supported in these new beginnings. It's the Sun card in the upright. You have Star card and the Sun card, yo. This is you feeling bold, impassioned, free. Even, I mean, come on. If you manifest a Ten of Pentacles and the Star card, you're feeling good and you've got everything more than you could ever need or want. In the community, in the support system. And then like feeling bold, moving forward, especially like this kind of kickback or this kind of stuff manifesting. It's like, of course, you're going to be like, oh my God, yay. It's really a shift that's going to help you feel reborn, renewed. And then Ace of Cups, it's like there's going to be this flow of positive energy coming from you and toward you. And I'm like, the sun is just making me think of like, just keep moving toward that sun. Keep moving toward that warmth. So Queen of Pentacles and the Fool card keep kind of showing themselves. There's some good energy, good people coming into your world. Lots of new. So I'm kind of checking what are the other Fool card. All these new beginning energies. A lot of upright, like Queen of Pentacles, King of Wands, right? You're coming through, stepping into this much more like maybe bold and action oriented energy, like moving forward and feeling magnetic, feeling desirable, feeling mysterious, feeling connected to the divine and to your spirit, and then like really being guided by that positive flow of energy. This is the High Priestess, right? This is you really getting clear about what you want and then taking action and moving forward toward it. That's interesting. Let's get some clarity on that. Okay, so there's still this Ace of Cups. So the past, or what some of you have been dealing with, is broken-hearted energy, Three of Swords, and this is with regards to the Ten of Cups. So something within your familial, happy home life has been disrupted. There could be communication that's heartbreaking that comes out the dark. Sorry to say that, because all these energies are so good. And again, these energies are incredible, right? With the Three of Swords, there's likely something that has gone down that's triggered a huge healing in your heart. Like a communication of like, oh my God, a bit of a shock. Oh no, you know, like hearty feelings. And yet, again, all these amazing, this is a trigger point for the release, right? So this would be a situation that alchemizes you or catalyzes you into all this new beginning energy with the Fool, the Sun, rebirth, wishes are being fulfilled. And yet the recent past was likely very turbulent or painful in the heart space. And again, there's just this new beginning. Healing, something about this heartache, this Three of Swords is just sort of by design as far as, pardon me. So I think sometimes these things are really like predestined and they're part of the alchemy, right? So like this was an unavoidable situation, getting communication. With the moon over top and then the Ace of Cups, I'm like, these are where the energies of like, we're just not meant to know exactly what's coming in, because the way it comes in, or the way it hits us is that feeling of like, oh. Whereas if we knew before, we might have like preempted it. Or so the message you get could bring about some heartbreak feeling with regards to your home nest, but also your creative output, your sense of creatorship, right? And yet there's no death. So I'm like, this is already like, again, this has already probably happened for most of you. And hence with the High Priestess and Magician, this is all part of you becoming a more potent creator, because Ten of Pentacles coming in, everything you want. Star card, right? Is there any more clarity I can get for this Three of Swords on top of the Ten of, because the Ten of Cups in the upright with the Stars. So something, now because it's a sword energy, this could be your perception. There could be something that comes in just within your own awareness that's like changing your perception of a happy home life, or changing your perception of how you create in the world. Hence coming in Magician, Star card. I had it wrong, or I thought I wanted all that, or I thought I was creating from this place, but I'm not. And it just stimulates a bit of heart action, right? Like a bit of somebody's gonna make contact for sure. maybe it's somebody from your past, like 10 of Cups. So maybe it's somebody that you grew up with. Maybe it's a family member. Or a past lover union. Maybe that's it. Maybe there's actually communication to make amends for a past hurt as well, which is part of that benevolent kind of kickback. I've been getting those messages of, I think there's something going on astrologically in the coming weeks, which kind of signal, I think it was like unrequited love. So there could be, for some, situations that loop, like people from our past that end up coming back, even just to heal the heart, right? Like, I'm so sorry for that thing, and I never mind. You're like, oh my God, and then that's liberation, right? So maybe it's the Three of Swords, like somebody that cheated on us in the past, or like somebody we cheated on, right? So, there seems like a message to come through, somewhat out the blue or out the dark, that is about like when we were together once, or like when we had this happen, or a union that didn't end up happening. Three of Swords is often like the third party, or like, that kind of wretched situation. Let's get some final messages now for Aquarius. What are the final messages for my Aquarian lovers? Divine guidance and loving clarity. Really, really good energies for the most part here. I mean, always, like, it's life, paradox. We're always all dealing with some high and low and ebb and flow of energy, right? The more we allow that cyclical thing, the better. Yeah, you guys, I think, like, you're coming out of a more difficult phase for sure. And the Three of Swords is pointing me to like a heart, like a beloved situation, a heartbreak situation. And yet the Venus beloved energy is in the upright. So that's what I mean about like something that's seeded that never fully flourished, or actually kind of resulted in a heartbreak. There could be more messages that help to heal the situation. Or you moving towards your North Star, you following your intuition, is going to help you feel reborn, and it's going to help you move toward the greater love. It's funny. Again, intuitive interpretation, the cards can be really different depending on the sitch. The laziness card is actually making me think of like, don't be afraid to lay low. Don't be afraid to be a bit lazy, like to just sit back and observe things and let the energy guide you. For some of you, just be aware of that energy in your field. It's not usually, if it's like someone in our midst, is not probably great. It's funny because I feel like some of you are even contemplating like spiritual awakening or enlightenment. There's a detachment about it though. I feel like it's like sipping on our cocktails and having a chat about like, ooh, I wonder about that enlightenment thing. Because I feel like for some of you, part of this energy moving you forward, the Star card, the Sun card, Ace of Cups, 2 Ace of Cups, the High Priestess, and again, this is a collective theme, but energies are guiding us to deeper spiritual connection, as in our own individual connection to source, light, consciousness, what have you. That is ushering us, hence anything that's imbalanced, anything that's not working, karmic lessons that we're here to learn. It's happening, we're here to learn it, and we're becoming more sovereign, we're becoming more autonomous, able to self-sustain, right? And then the more we become in love with self, and thus sustaining and regenerative, the more obvious the old structures are of codependency and lack, and they're interwoven our societal constructs, right? So it's not always very obvious, and it's very, very profound. Like, healing ancestral wounds will forever change the trajectory of our humanity. And healing these wounds are fundamentally the collective healing of separation consciousness, where we think we're all separate. We're just these meat suits on this like little planet isolated from the rest of the fucking cosmos, when actually it's fully not that at all. We are totally in union with the entire cosmos, and have the ability to access creative potential here, which we can see. It's just part of the pain in the heart is like generations of using that power for the dark, essentially, like using it to manipulate and oppress and enslave, versus a quantum shift in our perception that allows us to create from the heart space, which means we're creating from a connection point of the unity. So what's good for me is good for everybody from a place of love. It doesn't mean that what's good, it looks the same for everybody or is the same. It means that the alchemy of attraction is from love and unity. And so we're in greater harmony. So it's less likely that our actions are going to hurt one another, and or there's going to be a back and forth collective deepening of our understanding via a compassionate and empathic worldview, right? Unity and sensation and feeling and vibrating that unity connection. Hala, hala, hala. So this is a very, very love. There's a lot of love here and or healing of the heart that's moving you into a lot of rebirth energy and stability. I think there's something there too about anchoring in your physical stability as you open up to maybe new love, or just like a new lease on life based on that kind of heart center opening up again. Yeah, a little turbulence or push-pull, but I feel like for most of you, you've been overcoming or healing the broken heart energy or the heart wound, which is really giving you a different perspective, maybe even forcing you on some level to like become more intuitive and trust. And then yeah, and then it's like there's just this beautiful enlightening, samadhi energy. And let's read samadhi, actually. The queen, just feeling more magnetic, bold. Ooh, 77, good number. 8 stages of yoga, advanced state meditation, and absorption in the self. Have you noticed the signs of spiritual progress? Your daily practice has brought you to a place of stillness, and it is there where you experience samadhi, the joining of all aspects of your being, physical, spiritual, mental, and emotional. Samadhi is the deepest level of awareness when you experience supreme bliss, consciousness, and enlightenment. Your human consciousness has become one with the cosmic consciousness, and your soul has realized that it is far more than a mind and body. Celebrate the reunion of your soul and spirit, for you are a microcosm of the macrocosm. So yeah, there's like a lot of you have just probably been doing a lot of spiritual work, and it's like paying off. Like you're really feeling that progress. Maybe that's why the laziness energy is maybe, again, you're maybe dipping in and out and like observing that like state of grace and samadhi, but then also like kind of, that's part of, I would say also that's even part of the Aquarian radicalness, is like sitting back and having a cocktail while you're also like in a deep meditation space. It's something quite masterful here for some. For some reason, I'm getting a sense that for some of you, you have the ability, and again, you might not think it or even have that sense of it, but like some of you might be stepping into like a teacher role, spiritual teacher, spiritual guru. I don't know why I'm finding it funny in a sense, because I feel like it's like out of left field. Like, what? Me? No. And then, but actually you're like, hala, 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 like you have this wisdom, or you have this ability to access this state of samadhi, right? But then you're like, Actually, I'm gonna go to the pub. Yeah, so there's a sort of interesting duality, but I think it's the acceptance of the duality, which is part of where some of you might be opening up to maybe just to start like the idea of like, maybe I could be a teacher. Maybe I could teach some of this stuff. But let the energies guide you. Trust the intuition. There's, again, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, Star card. So, like this, I would say you pretty much have all the best cards of the deck, plus Beloved, Venus. If you're not in the love game, you're likely to be opening up to the love game. Super powerful reading here, Aquarius. I'm going to leave it there. You've really worked through some difficult energies. And then the take flight, I'm like, gosh, it just sort of highlights a sense of taking flight and accessing greater depth of wisdom, and then having the material resources to support you, the right people, the right tribe, other power players in your world, of course. And then there's this sort of ability to just kind of be lazy if you want to, need to, and or if it feels appropriate for you in that given moment. Although that could be a hindrance. That could be a hindrance. Just be aware of that. For some of you, the hindrance to your spiritual practice is coming in the form of laziness, which I'm even like relating it to my own bad patterns of like just scrolling. Like, that's special, like everyone, right? Scrolling on the phone, sitting around and drinking beers, or like whatever it might be, like being apathetic versus engaged in spirit and connection and states of meditation presence, right? So twofold. There's an aspect of potential teaching through this energy, but then there's a hindrance, right? This could be blocking us. So just be mindful of that, because all this energy is super light and profound and loving and grace-filled and like just such beautiful, positive, potent, powerful energy that it warrants being fully aware of some of the patterns that could hinder us, right? Could create an obstacle to that state of grace. And laziness seems to be coming through here. Aquarius, that's your reading for the month of July. I hope it resonates. If it does or doesn't, either way, thanks for being my internet friends. Thank you so much for supporting All to Love and small businesses in general. megaappreciation.com. I do the same. As and when and where I can. I only buy secondhand, for example. I'm even looking into like doing the whole secondhand technology stuff because of, even the resourcing with regards to technology and so many things. It's like knowing that, nothing that we consume in our kind of capitalist, modern Western civilizations, the things that we consume shouldn't be like harming people on other parts of the planet. I know people want to turn a blind eye and pretend like that's not going on, but like, it's all connected. These wars and famines and strife and it's all connected in a polarity structure of balance where there's a siphoning of energy, right? And all of it is sort of like beyond the veil. It's not obvious on the three-dimensional level, but on the energetic level, if we're siphoning from one another, hence codependency. Codependency is like not being able to fulfill our fullness. And so hooking into other people, you see it everywhere in communities as well. It's a kind of like siphoning and hooking into one another for feeding a certain level of egoic power, but it's not the power of the heart. And that's where we're quantum shifting as a humanity, is that we're aligning with the brain-heart coherence, which is activating a higher sort of DNA structure, right? It's sort of mutating our genetic codes, which are helping us to become more sentient, more alive, like feeling our aliveness, basically, which then helps us feel our connectivity, which can help us open up these higher psychic, intuitive, and I kind of perceive them as higher technological awarenesses that are intelligent technology within our species, right? Within our being. I think of, how the brain is like the most amazing kind of computer. It's the first computer kind of thing, because it's processing data and information, right? And then we're expressing it. So really fascinating. Anyway, there we go, Aquarius. Have a wonderful month of July. Feel free to comment, share, like, subscribe, but mostly look after yourselves and have a wonderful, wonderful month. I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Peace out.